The Google AI that could have replaced search is still locked inside a Mountain View data center right now, and the Department of Justice can't make them release it. The DOJ spent 3 years in federal court proving Google illegally killed its competition. The judge ruled in their favor, and the product is still buried. Google search generates $175 billion a year. Every dollar comes from one thing: you typing a query, Google showing ads, you clicking. That model has worked for 25 years. And for 25 years, Google has owned it, not because their search was always best, but because they paid to make sure no one else got close. In 2019, a team inside Google finished building something different: a conversational AI search engine. It didn't show you 10 blue links. It answered your question directly. It synthesized sources, cited them, held context across a conversation. Internal benchmarks showed it outperforming every search product on the market. Google called the project Magi, and then they made it disappear. The documents that came out during the DOJ antitrust trial tell you exactly what happened. Google's own product leaders flagged it internally. A conversational AI search engine would reduce what they called query volume. Fewer searches meant fewer ad slots. Fewer ad slots meant fewer clicks. The math was simple. A better product would destroy a $175 billion business. So the team working on Magi watched their roadmap get quietly deprioritized. Launches got delayed. Resources got reallocated. The engineers stayed. Google didn't fire them because firing them meant they'd go build it somewhere else. So they were kept inside, busy, working on incremental improvements to the existing search experience. Meanwhile, the Magi prototype sat, not dead, not canceled, just not shipping. Google's internal communications from this period, later subpoenaed by the DOJ, use the phrase revenue-sensitive deployment decisions. That is the corporate language for burying the thing they built. The Federal Trade Commission opened an inquiry in 2022. The DOJ filed suit in 2023. And in August 2024, Judge Amit made a rule that Google holds an illegal monopoly in general search. The government won. And then you watch what happened next. The remedies phase, the part where Google actually faces consequences, stretched into 2025. The DOJ proposed forcing Google to divest Chrome, to stop paying Apple $26 billion a year to be the default search engine, to share its search index with competitors. Google appealed every proposed remedy, every one. The process is still running, the lawyers are still billing, and Magi is still not shipping. Winning in court, it turns out, is the easy part. Here's the part nobody reported. Google didn't need to win the lawsuit. They just needed the lawsuit to last long enough. The legal mechanism that makes this unstoppable isn't about Google's lawyers being smarter. It's about the structure of antitrust enforcement in the United States. The DOJ can prove monopoly power. It can even win that finding in court. What it cannot do, under existing statute, is compel a private company to release a product. There is no legal instrument that forces Google to ship Magi. The government can block acquisitions, can force divestitures, can fine. It cannot reach inside a data center in Mountain View and unlock a product that Google has chosen not to launch. And Google's defense team knew this before the trial started. The internal strategy documents, portions of which leaked to The Verge and Bloomberg during discovery, describe a framework called competitive containment. Not destroying rivals, containing them. Keeping AI search in internal development indefinitely creates a legal shield. The product doesn't exist in the market, so it can't be regulated as a market product. Google is using the unreleased status of its own AI as a legal firewall. The longer they don't ship it, the more legally untouchable the decision becomes. It's still running, and it's completely legal. What this means for you is specific. Every search you run right now goes through an index that Google has financial incentive to keep underperforming. The AI that answers your questions better, the one that cites sources, holds context, doesn't bury the answer under 3 paid results exists. It ran in testing. Engineers used it. It worked. And the reason you're not using it today isn't technical. It's not because the model failed or the servers couldn't scale. It's because shipping it would reduce the number of times you see a paid result before finding what you were actually looking for. Your search experience is being managed, not by algorithm, by revenue projection. The gap between the product Google built and the product Google shipped to you is a business decision made in a conference room, protected by a legal strategy, and running continuously in the background every time you type into that white box. So here's what nobody has answered. If Google releases Magi tomorrow, fully, publicly, replacing traditional search, they lose tens of billions in annual ad revenue. If they never release it, they keep it. The courts have already proven they can't force that hand. The question isn't whether Google buried its own AI search engine. The documents prove they did. The question is, who exactly benefits from you never finding out?